Hello, my name is Dawn Brunke. I'm going to be reading chapter 27 of my book, Talks with Bob, a true story of love, death, and life in the afterlife. And this is from book two, Beyond Grief. This is a fairly short chapter. It's kind of one of those, I don't know, sometimes I call them catch-up chapters. It's things that are happening during our day and night, and they just all come together and coalesce. And it's a chapter like that. Let me just read it to you. All right. Chapter 27, Lightly, Lightly. An odd night of sleep, punctuated by many small awakenings. I meet and mingle with many of my inner selves, some curious, some sad, and one who was so frightened she seemed a bit crazy. I found her living in a crawl space beneath the subconscious. There was a hole in the basement of my being, and I climbed down a short ladder. She was crouched tightly in the corner. I moved slowly, held her gently, and eventually convinced her to come up the ladder to sit at the kitchen table where the others had gathered. There is magic in being together. So many selves present, seeing each other and each being seen. We were a lively, talkative gathering, telling our stories all at once. And at one point, when we had said enough, we joined hands, and there was such a calm, both a calm silence and an inner calm. I felt the top of my head vibrating, sparkling. I sensed we were in a bubble of synchronicity, that we were open to the flow of each other and of life in a synchronistic way. And in that moment, everything was open. It was all open to us, and we were seen. A voice spoke the familiar words from Lao Tzu. By letting it go, it all gets done. The world is won by those who let it go. But when you try and try, the world is then beyond the winning. And I felt that truth. I knew it in my heart and bones. Then once again, I felt the power of this aligned, synchronous space and wondered why I had forgotten. I felt a flow and a letting go and an alignment too. What do you think of that, Bob? I asked later. Where are you and how are you? I'm flowing too, he says, in a synchronous space, as you would call it. More of a flow for me, a movement. I'm seeing parts of my life like films, projections of moments and feelings, moments that are feelings. Just observing. Nothing like the cave of the subconscious where work needed to be done. This is more soul observation. My soul observing these moments and feeling the ties between them, not even figuring it out, just knowing. I think that is part of the journey here. There are different spaces or zones, different stages maybe, where life review is done in different ways. And soul review too. I'm meeting other soul aspects of me. I sense a very fine vibration. It's as if in the first afterlife I was using rough sandpaper to polish myself, and now I'm using a finer sandpaper, polishing what has already been polished. I'm surprised I can even tell you this. I don't know how much longer I can focus on it, but this is what it's like for me now. Maybe you are doing a similar thing with your many selves. Many selves, many souls, a similarity there. And there's something about letting go, as you said. I felt myself very focused at one point, very intent on observing these lives. Then a shift, and I was still observing, but more lightly, easily, a letting go. With that, the scene deepened for me. I felt it and observed it in deeper detail, but lighter too, as if I was seeing it in a lighter and more light-filled way. Again, hard with words. This reminds me of a line from Aldous Huxley's Island, I tell him. Lightly, lightly. I can't remember the exact words, but it's a reminder to do things lightly, in a sort of loose, opened way, even when you're feeling deeply. Or maybe especially then. Maybe that is what opens us to the synchronous, or to grace. In that easy flow, we know we are where we need to be in the now. Just to be in that. No control, just lightly, easily. He says, I see you, Don. Maybe that's what this is too, to see ourselves deeply and clearly and lightly. That feels right, I say. Or important right now. I'll take that as my theme today. Me too, he says. Let us part on that note of light for now. I'm here and I'm there too, if you need me. You're doing fine, so very fine. Keep exploring. That's where I am, I say, on the foothills of the mountain of knowing, still exploring. One of your stages, he says, moving and maturing into renewal. I'll meet you there, near the top of your mountain. I love you. Love you too, sweetie, I say. We're in our heart. I'm smiling with you because it's so true, he says. Here we are in our heart together with love. Okay, that was a short little sweet chapter. I want to read you the quote from Huxley's book Island, which, if you haven't read it, it's a really marvelous novel. That's one of my favorites. Okay, here's the quote, which I was referencing in this chapter. It's dark because you are trying too hard. Lightly, child, lightly. Learn to do everything lightly. Yes, feel lightly, even though you're feeling deeply. Lightly, lightly. It's the best advice ever given me. That is good advice. I'm with Huxley. I think he knew what he was talking about. Lightly, lightly. The world could use a little lightly right now, huh? All of us. All of us. And I think by doing that, by embracing and infusing our life with lightness, um, we help the world. Yeah. All right. That's that chapter. More coming. Um, Links to my books and website and the channel are below in the description. Okay. Hope that was helpful for you and maybe a little amusing too. Thanks for listening.